Hey, it's been a while. First time. I don't know what, since March, since the episode of Graceland Goodbye. Remember, I look differently this time. I'm not the guy that cut off whatever her face is, the one with the messed up nose, trying to run after the guy on the boardwalk, when I was playing that game, and I guess, the guy with the long hair. This is my second, how would you say, public appearance, limelight, and it's been a while since I was verbally out there. I'm a guy who likes to stay behind the scenes, I don't want to take anybody else's popularity away from them, It's just naturally, I'm a charismatic guy. Enough about me. If you don't know my name by now, it doesn't really matter, right? We all have our branded cattle, branded names, but Joseph Michael defines, if you will, if that's what you want to hear. But I can't help myself, it's been such a long time. I need human contact, it's a social part of my DNA, I guess my psychology and my chemistry, science. So put it there. Yeah, give me some love. Yeah. Oh yeah. Come on. For all of you guys out there who's actually giving me any attention right now without changing the channel, click of the mouse. Thank you, appreciate it. Just asking for a few more minutes of your time. It's probably going to be longer because it takes forever. I've had enough of this paradise, I like to break out. I like to find something else. It's pretty, what would you say, reaching to that level of third dimension, but fourth dimension sounds a hell of a lot better than this. I mean, suffocating. It's really suffocating. So I really want to try to start to talk about that video. Just the YouTube billionaires have tried to get out there and broadcast, promote, to entertain us. I'm trying to entertain you right now, but I've got more of an infotainment, entertainment, educating process about it. And that video where it says things you say to dogs that'd be creepy if you said to people. We actually do say the same things to people, right? The homo sapien race, they're treated like dogs, cattle, horses, children. Now, we are all pretty much in a state of arrested development. And when you say these things to dogs, we say the same things to the homo sapien, humankind, but we just say them differently. Right? We're not so condescending. I mean, sure, we're patronizing, but we're not condescending. But I'm going to try to recap it right now, as loud as it can get. And it starts off stating, you're at the park.
How old is he?
Ooh, how old is he?
Is he
Kind of seems similar to, you have your children there, you're like, oh, she looks pretty.
Sit.
Sit, right?
Sit.
And commands.
Fetch.
Fetch, right? Go out there and fetch. Go out there and do things that make you happy, right? It's not making you happy yet. You don't even know if it's making you happy, but we're telling you it's making you happy. But I don't want to get too detailed right now until I get to what I really want to talk about.
Off.
Off the couch. Get off the couch. When it's covered in plastic.
Here's your stapler back.
Here's your
Good
stapler.
boy.
Good boy. Feed you some feed. Get you some feed.
Do you want to spend the night in the crate?
Tough love. You want to spend the night in the crate? You want to spend the night in your confinement?
Who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy? For
What a nice soft coat you have.
hey, you look pretty fly for a white guy, right? You look handsome, definitely.
You all done, boy?
Are you all done,
Did you
Poopy?
poopy good?
Did you potty train you well for daddy? Huh? Now that you learn how to potty train, we're going to teach you how to be obedient and obey every command. Easy. I'll teach you when to go fetch. Look at him, she's so happy. Now that it's out of the way, I brought some information that you could probably use. It's all the time that I have on my hands. If you don't know yet, I have too much time on my hands. I mean, that's the whole purpose, is to have too much time on your hands. But if you have too much time on your hands, that's bad. If you are completely at the mercy of greed and you're always barking or begging for their next command. That's great, as long as you appear busy. This right here is what I come up with. You may not be able to see it through the glass. So I'm looking at you through the glass. But this is real. This is not fake. But you can't make it out right now because of the shitty ass technology, museum technology that our captors, our saviors, the rich who give us jobs. I won't be able to afford this shoddy technology. But I try to blow up these commanded apps. They're called the 10 commanded apps. I don't know if you can get that, if you can zoom in or whatever, because during my time trying to see if it can be read, it was give or take, and with the bad lighting outside, you can only, that's enough. You can never find the right time. But that's just the beginning. Let me go over with you a little bit from what I've gathered. If you're interested. If you're not interested, if you don't see any light at the end of this tunnel, and if it doesn't rub you the right way, if I'm not rubbing you the right way, I guess you can just flip onto another BuzzFeed Presents video. I mean, you were entertained. If you weren't, I was entertained, but I want more. I want more sustenance. But the 10 commanded apps, I don't know if you noticed, but the C was a cent sign. Because anytime you work for something, those who are rich, those who are in power, those who want to preserve said power, are pretty much going to make sure, with all of their power, that you will not earn those dollar symbols. You earn the cent symbols. Because that makes sense, right? But the 10 commanded apps, we all know apps are, right? Apps. This one right here, I don't know if you can tell, it's the Facebook logo. And that's an app, I guess, right? On your iPads and blah, blah, blah. The A stands for authority obedience. The P is a breakup of two words, prosperity and security. So I termed the word, I coined it, prosecurity. Okay. The next one is proscription of defection. Proscription meaning prohibition, but proscription sounds like prescription, right? We all love our prescriptions. Oh, something wrong. I gotta need some prescription. Something's the problem. I need to solve. Doctor. And the last one is sublimation. Pretty much ignore your natural animalistic instincts and supplement those with social hierarchy advancement. Get out there and impress others and let them know that your socially acceptable behavior, your customs, are aligned with theirs. They want what you want. You want what they want. Anyways, but there's 10 of them, right? And you can see, this is my identity. My identity is every one of these. I mean, is my identity any different? I mean, I do want a mansion, but I can't afford it. So I should be able to treat it as a mansion. It's got personality. I love my house. It's all decorated. It's pretty. Education. This is a publication. I mean, because publication is for-profit publication. It's not real education. It's status quo propaganda, right? The third one is fetch. Yeah, I'll fetch. And I'm going to fetch for you? No. But it's a bone. The third one is love. Oh, I'm so emotionally involved with this person. I need what everybody else has. Marriage, right? I need that. This one's a trophy. It's for your taxidermied pride. You see a piece of taxidermy up on the wall, and you're stuffed, and you're puffed up. You're on display, and you're trying to impress everybody, right? I'll get into details of each one of these then, but the sixth one is what I call a father figure moral compass. It's a cross, but it doesn't necessarily exclusive to Christianity, religion, whatnot. It's how you operate day to day. Of course, you've got a problem, and some other system like your father figure is coming to tell you, hey, I'll guide you. You need guidance. You need a shepherd. You're a sheep. Domesticated, escaped sheep. This one is that justice, balance thing. Yeah, there's justice, all right. It's one-sided, lopsided justice, and the middle one is a bottle, you know, because we got to crossbreed. We got to make sure we get out there and recreate our neuroses into our own kind. We got to breed that. And the Facebook symbol is your entertainment, right? Get out there and gossip. You know, get out there and be entertained. You know, you want to be an alcoholic, get out there and suckle the hell out of that bottle. You know, whatever's your pleasure, as long as it's legal. You know, if it's illegal, don't do it. No. You'll get spanked. And the other one is psychology, which I want to live in denial. I want to be able to bury my head in the sand. That's what I should have done. Is actually shovel to bury my head in the sand. But let me go into detail. Let me go ahead and see if I can pop this back up. If somehow lighting is in my favor again. But you might have to pause your screen to get all of this action. I don't know. I'm not really involved with all the specifics of how to manipulate your video and do whatever. So this is just going to be one take, you know, shooting right from the cuff, whatever. All right, the first one is closet shelter, right? You got to have some shelter, right? But not any closet shelter. No closet shelter would do. It's got to be a house-sitting playpen. It's got to be within homeless to upper working class blue shock collar. This ain't white, this is blue. Orwellian, right? Let me say that again. House-sitting playpen. This is my playpen, right? You gotta be in captivity, but just like when you're a little baby, you had to be in a playpen so you didn't get in the way of everybody else, you know, and annoy them and bother them, you know. Stay out of the way, that way they can focus on more important things like Facebook. Closet shelter, right? House-sitting playpen within homeless to upper working class / blue collar / blue shock collar. You know what a shock collar is? This is a shock collar. All right. Why? You see. It's got to be on reservation perimeters. We all know with the word reservation. It's not, I'll have the hors d'oeuvre right now. No, it's a place, you know, like the Indian reservations. We all know we are social economic reservations we live on, you know. It's got to be within our means, right? But it's a perimeter. Your perimeter is a boundary. You know, don't encroach on everybody else's property. And don't encroach on whose? Well, your dollhouse mansion. This is a dollhouse, you know, just like when you're little children, play a little dollhouse. The boys wanted to as well. You gotta make sure you maintain that son of a bitch. Maintain the hell of it. Prettify, right? Make it match your personality. Oh, it's my personality. Oh, isn't it? It's got its own personality. Oh, it's so cute. My mansion. It's not a mansion, you know. Of course, it's an apartment. It's, you know, it really is just shelter. But, you know, our manipulation, our media manipulation, you know, we all buy into it. We can't not. I mean, it's peer pressure. All right. Like I said, don't encroach on prodigal, what I've termed plantation peers, publicly donated private property. Let me say that again. Prodigal plantation peers, like let's say my peer, I have donated my tax to the for-profit businesses Daddy owns so he can pay for the private property that he rents out or he sluts out. And number 2, make sure you got to have a detention education. Detention education. When we think of detention, I don't have to go into it. It's detained. You know, you don't want to do it, but it's compulsory. You have to. You must. All right, but that education is just going to teach you how to be housebroken, right? You know what housebreaking somebody is? To behave in a way that's obedient, that we don't have to clean up after you. We don't have to clean up your mess. You're less maintenance to us. So we'll housebreak you. Where do we housebreak you in? It's got to be a boarding brochure broadcasting preschool. Let me say that again. Boarding brochure broadcasting. Brochure broadcasting. Preschool. We all know what preschool is. This is the second one. and this is just the conclusion of the second commanded app. Elementary high school, junior public high, play, laugh, grow, play school, pre-college, that's high school, pre-grown-up grad school, pre-grown-up grad school. All of these have to be public. You might have to pause right here. Pause right here. I don't know. Pause somewhere. I don't know if you can read it. I don't know if you don't want to read it. I'm going just to read to you a bedtime story. But I only have so much time in here. They only allow me so much time, right? Until I get back to my grind. Alright. Elementary high school. You never heard it that way, right? It's elementary, but it's preparing you for junior high, right? So you might as well just call it elementary high school. Junior high is going to prepare you for high school. What's high school going to prepare you for? College. Oh, I want to be college. Elementary high school, of course, it's got to be a for-profit elementary high school because their publication is going to make sure that you follow the for-profit path. Elementary high school, junior public high, play school, pre-college high school, pre-college. Now, the final one we don't want to go past is the bachelor 4-year college degree, right? We can't go past that. So we'll just call that pre-grown-up grad. Alright? And what are you going to learn at all these schools? They're going to teach you how to seek allowance or fetch for an allowance. We all know what an allowance is. It doesn't change after we get older. Still working for an allowance. Do your chores and get your allowance. Adult lessons. See, right now, I'm not an adolescent. I'm an adult-lescent. Let me say that again. Adult-lescent. How did I become an adult-lescent? Well, I was taught adult lessons. You teach a dog lessons, how to fetch, roll over, play dead. Well, I am dead. This is death. This ain't life. Where did I learn this all? School. If I didn't learn from school, I learned from other things like entertainment, like mommy and daddy. For-profit, private / peon, public property, salivation, proliferation. Let me say that again. For-profit, private, peon, public property, salivation, proliferation. You gotta make me desired, right? I have a void. I need somewhere to live. Well, what place can I live? I gotta live at a place where it's damn near impossible to afford, but it matches my personality. I want to impress everybody. I want peacock. For-profit auditioning, conditioning. Well, everything I'm going to learn in my adult lessons is how to audition for the next opportunity. And who's the next opportunity? The person who has the most money, right? Oh, they're going to need a laborer. They're going to need somebody to do some work for them, right? Oh, that could be me. I need money to feed. I need money to breathe and piss and shit. I need money for all this. This stuff isn't free. Freedom isn't free. It costs folks like you and me. Okay, so for-profit auditioning, conditioning. There's a thing called machination. Machination, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. All you guys are wanting to correct me if you haven't already cynically corrected me for everything I've said so far. Machinery machination. Teaching us to be machines. Machines for what? The for-profit machine. Well, we're the cogs in the wheel, right? We're the gears. The machination process is like a nefarious way, a plot scheming way to make sure you stay in line and you obey your orders. Don't you get out of line. And most importantly, know your league. Know where you stand in life. Know your role. Know your socioeconomic class. First, second, third, fourth class. You're already a child, so you're in the fourth class. Okay, the third one is a work release, dead end doggy day career. Work release. You know what work release means. We know what dead end means. But doggy day career. Am I going to go to doggy day career? I mean, whenever it's nighttime, you can't go to work, right? During the day, you can't. So daytime, you're going to be doing stuff. You're going to be making things with your hands. You're going to be writing stuff, typing. You're going to be doing a lot of important stuff, aren't you?
easy.
See what happens with the stroke of a key, with the stroke of a genius. Anyways, the day career. I mean, as long as we're over here, the rich are over here, and they're not going to be bothered. We're in our daycare. What happens when we're done with our daycare? When we survive the day? What day? You got to conduct yourself. A for-profit empire etiquette. Yes, sir. I'll do that right away. We all know what that etiquette is, right? I mean, they mentioned a certain amount of etiquette, but the for-profit etiquette, the for-profit empire etiquette. But the etiquette, you know, you're all professional, and I'm a go-getter, and I'm an overachiever, and I can accomplish anything I set my mind to, and ain't I great? Well, you're doing that for very little pay, right? Cents on the dollar. Petite pay is what I call it. Petite pay. Make sure you're for-profit friendly, right? Am I friendly? Like, oh, she's so friendly amongst strangers. Well, me, Joseph Michael, I'm very friendly amongst my for-profit peers. I'm very friendly. I'm social and I'm amicable amongst them. Oh, we're getting along. I'm friendly with them. Bridal behavior. Well, do we know what bridal means other than the "here comes the bride," all that propaganda? Bridal behaviors, thing of course you put over your head. Bridal behavior. You gotta make sure you guide that person in the right way. Guide them. If they don't know how to do your job, or the job that you have trained them to do, teach them. You know what a Stockholm syndrome is? Your captivity, your captor. You fall in love with them. I mean, you go to work every day and you know you hate the boss. You hate where you're at. You hate the people there. You hate, but you still do it. I mean, isn't that the sign of insanity? What you don't want to do, you keep doing it, and you justify it. Why do you justify it? It must be done. We all know the excuses. We all know, I can't. I got a mortgage. Okay. And I was telling you about the petite pay. Kilos of kibble. That's really all it is. Kilos of kibble. That's all you're working for. To survive. And dog don't need anything more than kibble. Oh, it needs to be entertained. It needs to go to the dog park. Well, human beings do, I guess, supposedly. Is there any difference between them and us? And I mean, homo sapiens and whatever their species name is. And like I was telling you about, what do you do at your doggy daycare? Well, let's talk about what you do before you go to doggy daycare and what you do after you leave doggy daycare. All right, 11 hours. Do the time. It's on average 11 hours total. And what do those 11 hours consist of? Your peacock primping. Ooh, yeah, look at me. Oh, wow. Am I great? I'm great. I mean, look how cool I am. I mean, it takes your time to get ready, right? You got to shower, you got to wash. We all know that. You're choring your chattel. Chattel's property. Chores, we all know what it is. You got to take care of it. You got to take care of your kids. Those are your property. You got to take care of your car. I guess fill up gas. You got to make sure the windshield wiper fluid is full. And you got to make sure, right? Take care of your breakfast, blah, blah, blah. And by the time you're done with that, speaking of breakfast, cholesterol commute. Well, cholesterol, but on the in traffic. Commute, you go to work and you're stuck in traffic every day. You hate it. You punch in the steering wheel, right? That'll give you a heart attack. Stress will give you a heart attack. Oh, maybe stress will give you a stroke, but is there any difference? And while you're there, 9 to 5, go fetch, go do this, do this, say this, be this, say this again, and be this again. Don't you stop. Make sure you do it every day. Do the same shit every fucking day. Alright, that's enough of my expletives. And then when you're done, it's time to hit the hay. House arrest. Alright? You gotta hit the hay. Where do you gotta hit the hay at? Where does everybody have to return to? Right? They gotta return to their house. Is it curfew time? Oh, it's time to get back and check in. Oh, why must you do the same thing every day? Because it's a curfew. You're supposed to do it every day. It's house arrest because, I mean, what is house arrest? You got to get back and make sure you do what you're supposed to do. Whether it's more choring chattel or whether it's staying in there and keeping yourself, let's say, obedient. Make sure you don't get your nose dirty. Make sure you have a clean nose, right? And I call that hit the hay, house arrest, curfew convalescence. Incessantly. I'm saying it again. Hit the hay, house arrest, convalescence, curfew, incessantly. Oh, I said it differently the second time. But anyways, you get the gist. And what do you do when you convalesce? Oh, God, I can't. I gotta get out of this suit. What kind of suit is it? It's a breast binding pantsuit. This pantsuit is binding my breasts. And what else binds my breasts? October. We all know what that means. Oh God. Some more for-profit philanthropy shoving down our throats. Oh, well, don't you support that cancer? You're not human if you don't, but we got to profit off of your contribution. We got to get a bigger cut than the fucking contribution. I don't want to get on the whole tangent on that, but I don't know, it's probably it's probably a lot longer than I expected. So I'm going to end at number 5 if there's any more room. I don't know if you have the attention span past 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however long it's been, but this is this is number 4 through 5. I don't know if this is helpful, but I'm going to try each time. Maybe you can pause and do something to zoom in. I don't know. I'm not what you would call technology friendly. I would be if it wasn't museum technology. What do you mean museum technology? Isn't it state of the art? No, it ain't state of the art. No, it's for profit state of the art. If it doesn't produce a profit, we don't give a damn. Alright. Bubblegum diamond a dozen. A bubblegum diamond a dozen. Diamond a dozen. I don't want to have to get into how much. I just leave some of this up to your imagination. Cat and mouse, but the cat is the bridegroom. The mouse is the house mistress. And the bubblegum diamond a dozen, cat and mouse, love. Oh, I'm in love. Yeah. At first. But this is just me being cynical. Anyways, what does that love consist of? It's countless camar. For all you Italian folk out there, camar. I combine the word camar and camaraderie because I'm very creative. You can't be creative in this stuff right here. This is breast binding. I just got rid of my straight jacket. This is a straight jacket. It's not a sports jacket, it's a straight jacket. It's repression. You have these urges. We all know what the urges are. And they're good. They're great urges. It's evolution, right? Oh, don't say that word. The E word. It's countless camaraderie, repression. And when you out there, you socialize and you have more and more camares, when you have more and more liaisons, when you have more and more friends, you network and you get to see more of what life has to offer because you get to crash at somebody else's house. And I want to go into specifics of the opportunity that comes out of that. But it's castration competition. You make sure you take a vow of aristocratic abstinence. Aristocratic abstinence. Don't you become an aristocrat. Don't you become an aristocrat. You don't need to be an aristocrat. You're fine where you're at. You don't need to be up here. Down here. Don't shoot for the stars. Shoot for the glass ceiling stars. When you're a little baby's kid and you got all those stars up on the ceiling, that's why they're there. Just shoot for the ceiling. You don't need to shoot for the stars. Alright. Not only you got to take a vow of aristocratic allegiance or abstinence, but allegiance. You have a desire, you got to deflect it. Psychologically, deflect it. Deflect it. Alright, number 5. Taxidermied vanity. Get out there and stuff yourself full of stuff